Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome, greetings, peace, and blessings to all. Yo, you know, I dress the way that I dress. I don't know if that's changing the dynamic of people actually saying, man, this guy don't know what he's talking about. Look at he always wearing a hoodie and so forth. So, man, well, this is my comfort. I do get dressed when it's time for me to do spiritual work for sure. But I also realize I'm always doing spiritual work, rather it's walking on a day-to-day basis, driving and so forth, so on, meeting different people who need healing, people who need guidance. So I am a guide for people. You know what I'm saying? Sent by the Most High. So it's like what I learned about humans. Humans like to debate, but it's bringing no facts to anything. It's like a back and forth. It's an egotistic thing where I've watched it for so many years. Even you see these things on television where people are going back and forth, dictating what their opinion is. Now, remind you, don't get me wrong. Some of the things that people do say do have factual, but we do understand and know for a fact that the masses of people do not study. We know that for a fact. And the reason why we know that is a fact because there's many people who spend a lot of time drinking, smoking, partying, watching their favorite shows, interacting, meaning participating in other people's dramas or burdening other people with their own dramas or setbacks and so forth, so on, when we supposed to go to the Most High. And then we also supposed to put in that spiritual work as well so we can do what we need to do. But I'm just letting at the end of the day, for me, I'm not a debater. I don't debate on anything. Anything that I speak about is factual, only because God gave me access to it. So there's a lot of things us chosen people realize and know that the universe has not allowed the masses, rather it's the Masons, the Freemasons, rather it's occultists, rather it's certain witches, warlocks, wizards, sorcerers. The wisdom that we have and the assets that we have, they don't have it. They'll never get it. They'll never get it. And there's no need to breaking it down why they won't never get it. Because each individual, for knowing what their actions are and who they are, they understand the facts that when you not right, you just not right. You feel me? You got to have a pure heart. I'm going to simplify it. You have to have a pure heart to be in a high frequency first and foremost. The second thing you got to understand is you got to be consistent with your genuine kindness because you're going to meet people who want to actually dim your light. They want to make it. What's up? Thank you for actually tapping in. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe if that's something that y'all like to do. I am starting to give a $100 giveaway for my subscribers. And also you have to tap in and put in, I got it in one of the feeds, one of the short feeds. So yeah, thank you for showing up. You just got a lot of people who feel like based on how I look that I don't know what I'm talking about. But see, that's the problem, right? All my relatives, let me give you a backstory. As a kid, I remember times that I was trying to understand why they treated me, mistreated me, did me certain different ways versus everybody else that got favor, right? It seemed to be anyway. I understood as I got older that favor comes from the Most High. And favor comes from the Most High when your back is against the wall. I mean, rather it's your finances, your love life, your mental state, your health, rather you creating these problems or there's someone's creating them against you and you may not even know these people. There's a lot of people that don't like you and you don't have no clue about them, right? What I realized about my relatives, they thought they knew me well, but they didn't understand my destiny and my purpose that God has for me was greater than they can ever imagine. I never realized and never thought that my relatives would form witchcraft on me. I always felt some type of way about being the black sheep once I discovered the word. And in my studies and my path of this journey, I realized when I read about a black sheep is someone who's outcast by only by their relatives, but also outcast by many because he or she is different from everyone and that he and she doesn't follow the crowd. They are not formative to things that hurt and harm the masses of people. They will speak out against those things, and they will also do the opposite. They also are willing to please the Most High by all means, even if they lose their relationship with their significant other, if they lose a job that actually gives them security, if they lose fake friendships, they're willing to sacrifice all that to please the Most High with discipline. So, before we get to talking about these debates and opinion, I just want everyone to understand, respectfully saying that I'm not an opinionated person. And the reason why I'm not an opinionated person, because opinions only have words that actually express something, but it has no factual proof of anything. Versus a fact that only, excuse me, when a fact is explained or expressed from the male or female, he or she can not only speak it, but they can also apply it. They can give you the attention to detail of it, and they also can show you how to utilize it. My purpose on this planet is to help those who are seeking a better way from what we have been conditioned to, that everybody understand and see clearly that you have a lot of deceivers and liars, that you have a entity, or we call them U.S. corporations and many other nationality corporations, that tells you what you can and can't do. Now, what they're telling you literally is that they are your God and you shall abide by what they say, when they say it, and how they say it. Now, I'm not telling you to go break no laws. I'm not telling you to go break no laws, because, see, we understand at this particular time, temporarily, even though the powers that were is falling, you may not see it because it's just not the opportunity yet for you to see it, but you will see it. But let me explain. You need to get in alignment with God, so therefore you can reap the benefits. There's a scripture that says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And the Most High is only recruiting people who really love him passionately. And I understand that I used to be a fight and flight person with God, where that I 1 minute have my foot in and 1 minute I have my foot out, and I'll be running around doing all the crazy stuff, or some of the crazy things that people have still continuously to struggle with. But see, when you find yourself realizing that the only person that's going to save you is the Most High, you're not going to find none of your relatives and friends can save you in a lot of situations. They might be able to help you in some, and some of you guys have witnessed either in your own life or actually also observing others that nobody helped them at all. So I've had people to take advantage of me as they literally think they have. But what I have learned, that God has given me the wisdom to understand, when people think they're taking advantage of you, God is actually showing you what people do, so you can explain to other people how to avoid or how to actually stand up to them circumstances. So I didn't look at it that way at the first time, you know what I mean? Or the times that I dealt with people betraying me and stuff like that, I took it to heart. And so if you are in that situation, the first thing you want to do is actually accept it, show gratitude to it, and understand that if they didn't give you that lesson, how would you be able to see it? So a lot of time people feel like negativity, which I once upon a time as well thought, that negativity is a bad thing. No, we have to have the yin and yang, the positive, the negative, or the good and evil, or the good and bad, so we can stay balanced, so we can understand both sides, versus just being in the world, just saying that you never experience anything negatively, whether you call this upon yourself or experience with others or situations. It defeats the purpose of even you have come here. It defeats the purpose of you interacting with anybody. So, you're going to find people who are not going to agree what you say and do. It's not up to them. It's all about how you feel. And I'm saying in a selfish, positive way versus a negative way. You do have those who are doing it in a negative way. That's bitter, miserable, very feisty, very vocal about how they feel in a negative mindset. And also, I want to add that you got to be very mindful about being negative, because you can attract low vibrational entities that can come from the other realm, which we call the spirit world. Also, you got to remember your ancestors as well as other people ancestors did not cross over, so they're looking for a body to host. And a body to host is meaning your body and start taking control over your mind, your thoughts, your feelings. And next thing you know, you in the circumstances that you didn't expect to be in, and now you need to be vindicated. And the only one that can vindicate us is the Most High, is first. And the Most High also will send you people or a person to actually vindicate you in your journey, so therefore you can get back on the right track. So I just, it's a price to pay for ignorance. And it's a severe price. And if you haven't experienced it, but you can experience it, which is still your experience when you watch other people go through these things and be demised. There are a lot of people who actually hide themselves so the public won't see the true self of them. But at the end of the day, what they have to realize that the Most High sees everybody. Everyone is monitored. Just like they send monitoring spirits to watch you and to actually intervene in your life, the Most High have archangels, I'm talking about abundant. We're talking about limitless. The Most High can create any type of spiritual being that has never been known or documented or doctrined about his or its abilities. See, the cultists, for example, they think they know everything. They don't know nothing. God allowed people to have a free will to decide what side they were going to choose, and many people have chosen those sides permanently, and some are still indecisive. If you indecisive, that means you do not supposed to go to the darkness. And if you are in the darkness, you still have the opportunity by the Most High's will to actually transition and change not only your life, but the life of others by you representing the Most High. A lot of people don't want to serve the Most High because they want something fast. But if you realize for those who have took shortcuts and also those who wanted something fast, they're either miserable with those things or they have lost those things, to simplify it, versus saying so many other different scenarios pertaining to it. But I understood and understand that patience is a virtue and you're always waiting no matter what. So why not wait for the Most High to give you something that man or someone can't say, hey, I gave him this and I don't know why they're trying to treat me this way, or I'm going to take credit for what I gave him or her. Don't let nobody do that. Don't no don't do it. What you want to do is pray to the Most High to show you and reveal to you who this person is and why they're coming into your life. If they come into your life to destroy you or to get information on you, or they come into your life to actually add to your life, is what you're seeking, which is God's blessings. So, I just had to get on here real quick. Like, I got plenty of time to talk, but at the end of the day, we got to know who we are. We can't keep taking advice from people who don't stand up on their advice, who don't strive to live it day by day. The same advice that I'm giving you guys is the same advice I'm giving myself. When I'm talking to you, it is the same as talking to myself. And I know that I have to do these things. And I realized when I didn't do these things at some point, I found myself by myself, shattered, and having to do the work to get back on one accord. So I realized taking bad advice that I have in the past and also following the wrong people or person is only going to lead me to a brick wall that only I'm going to be there. I've always explained, when we lead this world, it's only going to be you. So all the people who cheering you on to do the wrong thing and so forth, so on, you got to realize they're not going to be there. Even in this physical body, you realize that you're literally by yourself. You're surrounded by people. You're surrounded by participation. But inner thought or inner self is what you feel. No one knows that until you express that. So I just wanted to get on here real quick, like, and just tap in and let you guys know I appreciate you. I appreciate you showing up. I did leave you guys some content to actually take time to look at and evaluate. If you got any questions, please feel free. I also do readings as well. I do spiritual work. I'm just promoting a little bit more. I do have a busy schedule, but these appointments are by readings only, and they're affordable. And if you're looking to balance your life out, we're going to give you some tools so therefore you can do these things so you can get on one accord. I promise you, these things are guaranteed based off the Most High's will. And also, we want you to be moving strategic and silently. Um, I want to add this to this is that if you have ex boyfriends, husbands, uh, obsessive, narcissistic people that is infatuated with you, I need you to pray about it. I did leave some different prayers that you can pray. Um, and you want to ask the Most High to actually open up your third eye chakra. Ask Him to give you the discernment. Ask Him to give you the discipline and obedience so therefore you can be in sync to always receive His messages. So you can be a witness as I am, as many other chosen people. Our job as the chosen people is to raise the vibration and to remove the collective for those who want to be removed from all the manipulation of those who serve the kingdom of darkness. You can call them devil, you can call them devils, you can call them demons, you can call them low vibrational entities, whatever, dark spirits, the spirits of the shadows. It doesn't matter. They all have their agenda and we have ours. This has always been light versus dark, and that's what it's going to always be until everything is decided based on the Most High. And everybody has a free will. Oh my God. Everybody has their free will, and with their free will, they have the decision to make what they decide to do. Now, let me explain a very important thing about immaturity. A lot of people don't know what immaturity is, or nor do they know what maturity is. A mature man or woman is understanding that there is a certain statue that he or she holds that is above low frequency vibrational things. Um, I'm grateful that I have a lot of talents. Now, I remind you now, we all have the ability to tap in our dark side. You can use it for good or bad. I'm very wise with that because it's very important that the destruction that can not only be done to yourself, but also to the individuals who feel egotistically driven to try to or strive to minimize you as a person. What you have to realize about me, I done seen just about everything in the book. And I can't say everything in the book because I'm sure there's maybe a quite few more things that's available for me to experience or to know ahead of time without having to experience. But roasting, nitpicking, gaslighting, love bombing, what else? Cyberbullying, that stuff doesn't bother me. It's like Paquito. So um, each person has to realize that when you do certain things, just know you're sowing seeds. So, I mean, some people's life is just not going to change because they're just not changeable. You feel me? They don't have what it takes, male or female. They got a lot of generational curses they can't break. They got a lot of bad habits they don't care or don't even know where to find, how to find a solution to. So you have a lot of people who have a lot of problems and they feel like you should have the same problems they have or even more or be burdened. But they got to realize as they're not like us. You know what I'm saying? They just not like us. I mean, there's a song out that says it. I mean, he's official with it, and we're most definitely different. And that's what it'll always be, no matter what type or attempt that any person try to come in your life to actually destroy you, rather it's by words, by actions. You just got to remember the boomerang effect is severe. You got people who can't see in the spiritual realm. They don't have no clue what it is. They don't believe what it is. You got People are atheists. They don't believe in anything. But that's just a lie to themselves because they have to find some type of discovery. How did they get here? Why are they here? What is their purpose? You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that their purpose of an atheist isn't their purpose, but I would say there's other exclusive things that they can't even tap in because they're very closed-minded, deaf, dumb, lame, blind. What the scriptures have said about people who have no sense of direction. So, belittling people and stuff like that, that stuff doesn't work with me. So I do know there's a lot of trolling on a lot of platforms, and we're here for it, but we also here not to entertain it. We're here to focus on one dimension or multiple dimensions that people will never seek and be able to obtain because they're too low vibrational. And got to remember the difference between chosen and people who are not chosen. Chosen people don't have to manipulate. We don't have to deceive. We don't have to bribe. We don't have to come in and pretend to be anything. We don't have many masks, that will actually hurt people, but we have masses that will actually give the minds to our enemies for sure. But we don't have masses to pretend that we are this and that when you have those karmic people, as you can see in the chat, not even reading the chat. I read some of it, but there's nothing else to read because that person doesn't exist, as you can see, as I continuously to move forward and speak. That's just like me saying, when was the last time this individual took a bath? When is the last time this person actually went to the doctor and actually got a appointment done? Do you know how many people do not take baths or actually get appointment done? Do you know how many people don't really understand spirituality, or they think their physical body is their real body? And there's so many different things that people are actually thinking that it is true, but they only go by their masters. Their masters have brainwashed them so badly, they don't have any space in their life to actually create the opportunity to actually come out of the circumstances or situation that they're going to actually be in. And then, we feel sorry for the kids because the kids got to figure it out because the parents are too low vibrational to do the right thing. So don't be one of those parents that actually do all kind of malicious stuff and think that they're not going to actually pay for it. You're going to pay for it no matter if you like it or not. So beware of these type of individuals who seem to make themselves want to be the center of attention. You can't dim the light, man. Y'all know how the sun come out on a day-to-day basis. That's how the divine beings are. Earth angels are. Those who are signed by the Most High. That a lot of people don't even know that the sun is still beaming at the nighttime. That what brightens up the sun. That what brightens up the moon. So you're talking about somebody or people who trying their best. They disguise themselves by pretending they have lurk accounts. They pretending to be somebody else. A lot of these people, when they do these type of things, y'all got to realize these are people that you've already know. And the second thing is people who've been sent to you to actually see if you can withstand the pettiness of their presence. You feel me? But is it really a present? Because a present is center right now, which is me and the Most High. Shouts out to my spiritual team, my archangels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, my anim totems. Man, all this stuff is real. And so, I can't tell my man or she or whoever, which we know males like to compare themselves with other males because of their insecurities based on who they are and what they are, what they think they are. A woman, a man, or empress or queen, they stand in their divine power and they're never comparing, they're never competing, they're never looking to the left or the right or behind them to see who they can compare themselves with. We just not that. We just don't move like that. You feel me? We just don't move like that. We just don't have that low vibration, narrow-minded mindset. We just don't do them things. Those things don't do anything. You feel me? They don't do nothing. Shout out to Lamar. You feel me? Kendrick, excuse me. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar for the song that he put out That is so substantial and so official. And we send that song to our haters. And we also send that song to your haters. We don't care who they are. Your haters don't even know how much they are a hater because a hater can't even identify his or herself. You know, these people got to get in groups because they can't stand alone. Us chosen people, we can stand alone. We don't have to have groups of people. We don't have to have support. We have enough spiritual allies to manifest anything, and there's nothing no one can do about it. And it's proven. Like what I'm doing right now is something that the powers that were, the elite, etc., been wanting to stop for a very long time. You know, and shouts out to the Mason who thought that I would sacrifice or sell my soul for some money. Yeah, they've been offering me millions of dollars. I don't want that shit. I can build my own. Been there, done that. I can build my own. So being a multimillionaire, billionaire, etc., it takes time, it takes patience, it takes setbacks, it takes analyzing, critical thinking, coming up with different strategic and strategies, whatever challenges that come about. So I'm here for it. I got time for it. But anyway, I appreciate people tapping in once again. Shouts out to the subscribers. And again, I've already left what I said. If you a subscriber and we're doing a Cash App giveaway monthly, which is $100 for subscribing, then there's also details what you have to do to actually be a participant. And I also will be taking a list of those names and I will be doing a drawing of those names. I can do it maybe the third week of the month. We're gonna either go with the second or third of the week of the month. Either way go. If we don't go with the second or third week of the month, what we would end up doing, I will actually do a short video letting you know, hey, this month right here we're gonna do XYZ, $100 giveaway on the week of and what date. You don't have to be present, but make sure you tap in and make sure you add your names, y'all. Doesn't matter what country you're from. Shouts out to all the countries as well. I hope all is well where you guys are at. And just know that God loves you regardless of people. You don't have to get your love from people. You get your love from God. God is never going to betray you. God is never going to talk about you. God is never going to hurt you. People will. Just remember that. People will pretend to come in your life to be this, but over time, because they don't know how to keep it hidden, because it's not meant to be hidden, he or she will fumble. And when you see the signs, cut them off. And if you're looking for one-on-ones with the cutoff game, man, is very exclusive. I got a few tactics I know for a fact that works, and practice made perfect. And if you're interested in those things, the price on that will be $65, and I'm making it affordable because I know everybody has to manage their money. They also have to be able to survive as well. And you don't have to do it instantly right then and there. You can save the money up by breaking the money down by portions. If you say $65, you can save yourself $10 a month. You say, I'm gonna do this in the next 6 or 7 months. You can do it that way, or you can cut it in half, or you can just pay the full price then and there. And I got these exclusive tools that will cut off game. When I say cut off game, it can be in a relationship. It can deal with fake people. It can deal with job opportunities. It can even deal with yourself. And I promise you and guarantee it's going to work. But anyway, this is Olabade Olugbsean. I appreciate everyone coming to the live. And I look forward to seeing you once again. Y'all have a blessed day and y'all take care. I'm out.